Alright guys, the videos just keep on going. Alright, keep on coming, whatever. How to be mentally rich. See, in every aspect of life, where I see most people go wrong is that they seek everything that's external and disregard everything that's internal. But one of the hermetic principles that I have grown to know and love, is that as above, so below. So, as within, so without. You know what I'm saying? But we get so lost in this world, and we have a hard time trying to figure out if we should go left, right, up, down, whatever, that we lose sight of the most important factor, is that everything starts here, starts in the mind. So, if you want to know how to be rich, it's definitely going to start right here, okay? And that's that's just going to give you a chance, you know. If I were you, I wouldn't pay too much attention or make too many comparisons with people who, they trust fund babies and things like that. People who have inherited this amount of money, that amount of money. If you want to be rich, it starts here. And I truly believe that no one can take that away from me. And over the years, I've become quite a rich man because of that. The thing is, I've practiced poor behavior, but I've learned quite a bit, and hopefully this video will help you get to where you need to be, even if I just plant the seed mentally, and you can take that information and go wherever you want with it. So the first thing is to read nonfiction. So it is said that the top CEOs read on average 50 non-fiction books a year. So there's definitely a direct correlation. And one thing that I've grown to notice is that when you learn something new, you obtain new ideas, okay? Your new ideas then mesh with the old ideas, creating even more newer ideas. So if you take what you learn over here and it meshes with what you once had and creates new ideas, boom, there you go. That's solidified. Then you go over here and you learn something else about whatever else, whether it's relating to this or not. Then there may be a chance that what is being created over here can mesh with this. It's creating a web of sorts. So I'm probably not doing a great job at articulating it, but that's one thing that I've noticed happen in my mind. So then it starts to recycle, starts to grow, everything starts to connect and make something new. And with that type of expansion, you get new ideas, you get new plans, you get new executions. And that will separate you from the pack, because after a while, you get to a point where most people won't go. They stay in this fishbowl that I speak of often in my writing, and just in general. They stay in this fishbowl, and the fishbowl is all they will ever know, okay? And it's gonna be, I'm speaking a little bit more on that and having to grow the mindset a little later. But so you want to read nonfiction, you want to read how-tos, you want to read biographies, autobiographies. You want to see what compelled this person to make this move, how they got from A to B to Z. And it's especially imperative to study people that you are very fond of. You want to get the behind the scenes. You don't just want to get the highlights and all those things like that. Which is why I think comparison is very deadly. And a lot of us do it with social media. We get the highlight reels, and we don't really get to see the ongoings behind it. We don't get to see the curtains being pulled. So, very imperative that you put your head in those books. I cannot overstate that enough. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself because I wanted to read 50 books this year. I could still probably pull it off. But I think I'm on pace to read about 30 nonfiction. And one of the fiction books that I'm reading is The Alchemist, or that I read, is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, which is full of parables, and I definitely recommend you all read it. It's a smash hit for a reason. So go ahead and read your nonfiction books. The second one is to have an abundance mindset, okay, not a scarcity mindset, and I tie that along with having gratitude. So you start with where you are, okay. You be appreciative of the things that you do have, okay. So you take that time to appreciate the fact that, wow, I have a family. Wow, I have a vehicle, you know. It may not be a Lexus, but that's okay. Why should I be trying to keep up with the Joneses? Why should I be trying to keep up with people who are willing to go broke to impress other people? Why? That's just not something I want to be a part of. You know? Just like in my own life personally. Look, I feel like this phone is all I really need to make a YouTube video. I am correct, ain't I? I'm uploading videos. I'm making videos. This phone is not an iPhone, and people like to say, "Oh, you ain't got an iPhone, Team Droid. It's like a Nintendo 64." But I'm not paying $1,000 for a phone. I'm sorry. And paying $1,000 for a phone doesn't make me feel rich. You know, having things that work make me feel rich. Being able to get the things that I need makes me feel rich. Okay? It makes me feel good. I feel great that I can take care of my daughter. I feel great that I can pay my bills. I feel great that I can eat some food. Alright? It ain't gotta be top of the line, and I don't have to tip people $100, you know? I'm fine with the fact that I'm in the game. That I can stay in the game as long as possible. And I feel like opportunities are boundless for me. Because going back to my first point, I'm always reading. And when you're reading, you're opening your mind up to a bigger world out there. It's a much bigger world out there. Coming from someone who is from basically a small town, not really a small town, but you know, I'm from a city that most people don't know, and in Maryland, it's some people. I had somebody from California ask me if Maryland was even in America, but that's just that's a different topic. But that I'm just grateful for the opportunities that I have, the fact that I'm able-bodied, that each day I wake up is a perfect opportunity to make something out of myself. You gotta have an abundance mindset, man, for real. And we are overlooking all the luxuries that we truly do have. It's just that with them constantly with these people and these companies constantly promoting the new thing or whatever, we allow it to take the impact of how powerful it is to have these tools. Because after a while, all the phones really do, they really pretty much just do the same thing. They may do a little faster, they may look better or whatever, but essentially they're just charging you for the same old thing year after year. And I'm a tough buy. Okay, you can't convince me that I need to spend $1,000 for a phone. You know, it's got to be a very impressive phone. I mean, this phone better cook my meals for me and all types of shit. Better give me a massage and all that. And then I'll pay for such a thing. But anyway, just be grateful for the things that you have. Don't be so possessive with every material that you have. Don't be so materialistic. You know, can't take it with you, and when it's time to move and go on vacation and things like, you know, you don't want to have to snatch up everything and uproot, you know. Abundance mindset. So number 3, let's see, be a problem solver. Okay, a lot of us, we have these problems and we let them pile, and we go looking for either for somebody to save us, or we try to find ways around it. Okay, so we may have problems with anxiety and depression, so we're gonna smoke our weed, drink our drink, and just kind of stay on the outskirts of it. But if you're truly a rich person, you solve your problems. Okay, So if you can manage to solve your problems, you can solve other people's problems. And I have experienced in my life, in my short life, almost 28 years, that I've been able to help other people with their problems as a result of helping myself. No imposter syndrome over here, man. I'm truly a guinea pig. I try these things on myself, and then I recommend it to other people, like I'm doing right now. I always look to solve your problems. It'll make you stronger, and it'll be one less thing you have to worry about. You don't want... A lot of things in life seem to compound over time, and problems are one of those things, okay? So if you had bad eating habits, after a while you're going to start to reap what you sow. You know, if you have a habit of being a sloth, then you're going to be not as successful in the future. You reap what you sow. So it's very imperative that you do... God damn, somebody's fucking staring at me. Am I under arrest? But it's very imperative that you take it on as soon as possible. Alright? That's another way of removing the clutter that you may be dealing with, that you may be experiencing. You know, you want to cut it out, and it'll free you up to put more positive things into your life, more impactful things that you prefer. Alright? So be a problem solver. Number 4, have high priorities. Now, you may look around, you see where you are in life, and, you know, let's say you work fast food, for example. That may convince you that you aren't an important person, so you may have low standards. But in order to go to where you want to go, raise your standards. Even if you're around people who are wasteful, lazy, negative, all those things, you need to save yourself, my friend. You need to aim high. It doesn't matter how you got to where you are. Aim high. Have big goals for yourself. Start small. Always ask better questions, specific questions, and that'll help you get to where you need to be. But you've got to try. And so long as you're trying, you will wrap circles around people who aren't even stepping up to bat. There are talkers and there are doers, and the talkers always seem to get in my way. Alright? You don't want to be a talker. You'll get in your own way. You'll be tripping yourself up. You'll be hanging around other wannabes, other talkers who just talk the talk, blowing all types of smoke, telling you what it's going to be, but never really making it happen. Okay? You don't want to hang around a bunch of losers. Alright? These losers, they seem to fade away, and if they're your crutches, you're going to fall on your face. You'd be better off alone than being around a bunch of losers who just talk, don't want to set high standards for themselves, don't want to put their priorities first. And yes, priorities aren't just your dreams, but definitely make your dreams your priorities. Also, your priorities, taking care of your kids, watering your relationships, not being phony. The person that you see right here in this video, my friends, is the person that I am on the outside of it. I just don't talk as much, okay? Because I'm doing. But this video requires me to talk, and this is my doing. I decided I wanted to record 5 videos today, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm setting high priorities for myself, because I woke up this morning and I was just thinking, man, because I just had another dream of a celebrity that I'm not even necessarily a fan of. But last week I had a dream that Jennifer Garner was in my dream. I was walking with her. And today I had a dream that me and Logic were working in construction. And I woke up, I was like, man, I want to be a fucking legend. I don't want to live a regular life. I don't want to feel sorry for myself because I didn't apply myself. I want to be a legend. Okay? But I don't want to just be popular. I don't want to just walk like I'm a legend. I want to actually do legendary shit. In order to do legendary shit, you got to have high priorities. And definitely prioritize where you put the important things at the top of the list and you put that bullshit at the bottom of the list, okay? No distractions. The only entertainment I need right now is the grind, okay? Because people depend on me. People depend on you. What you gonna be? You wanna be invisible? Or you wanna make something out of yourself? Make something out of your name. Show all these motherfuckers who counted you out, who overlooked you, called you worthless, said you ain't gonna be shit, said you're gonna be a piece of shit. You want to see, you're like, you got to prove these motherfuckers wrong. Now, you don't do things to prove them wrong per se. You want to prove yourself right, but you prove them wrong in the process. All right? Because you're going to go places. So long as you set high goals, you stay ambitious, you be resilient, you practice principles from other successful people, you leave these toxic ass motherfuckers alone, and you go after what's yours. Don't worry about what they getting. Don't worry about what they getting. Don't worry about what they got, okay? You gonna get yours. But you gotta stay focused. Alright? Now let's see what we got. The next one. Always look to expand. Okay? Now obviously, we all have in our minds, okay, I'll be fine with this amount, that amount, whatever. Don't want to be too greedy and things. Okay, I understand that. It's not about being greedy, but you got to have all that is meant for you. It's natural, my friend. Look at the trees around us. They don't just be like, I think I'm going to grow to be about 10 feet and that's it. No, you grow until. There's nothing wrong with that. Because the more that you have for yourself, the more that you can give to others. More on that later. But it's very imperative that you don't even convince yourself that there is a limit. Alright? Yes. Do not be greedy. Don't try to shortchange people on your way to the top. Don't try to treat everyone like they're fucking pawns. Everybody matters in this thing. Alright? There's no such thing as self-made. There are many people who will help you get to where you are going. Never convince yourself that you did it by yourself. Okay? So, always look to expand. If you got missionary work over here, you got your non-profit, always look to help more people. That's what it's all about in this existence. That's what it's all about. There's a reason why I'm doing this video right now. If I were out for self, truth be told, I probably wouldn't even be alive right now. Because I would have given up. And I've given up many times. And before I decided to jump off a bridge and things like that, I just started focusing on the impact that I could truly have on the world. So, I want to leave it all out before I do go. However I go. But I want to... It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where I came from. I know who I could be. You know who you could be if you really sat down and thought about it. Who could you be? Look around. Look around. Look at all those successful people. You can be there too. Alright? They're no better than you. They didn't find a way to freeze time and just make things work for themselves. They found a way to make it work, and you will find a way too. So long as you be disciplined and resilient. Alright? One of these days, my friend, that proverbial wall will break. Truth. But you gotta help it. You gotta fight it. Always. And nobody's patting my back. Nobody's waking me up in the morning telling me to do things like this. I just do it. Just like you will. Always look to expand. Always look to grow. See, the next one. You share your resources. See, this is imperative. See, if you got a scarcity mindset and you really feel like you don't have a lot going on for you, then you convince yourself like, okay, I have nothing to give and things like that. And I would definitely argue that. But even if you still believe that, this is why we expand. I mentioned that earlier. This is why we expand. This is why we want to grow, so we can help other people to the top. Alright? It's not all about you. We don't need to be crabs in a goddamn bucket. And as Jay-Z said, and I totally agree, crabs don't belong in a bucket. Or crabs don't belong in a barrel. But the same apparatus that can be used to pull someone down can be used to pull someone up. Okay? So, you want to share your resources. And that would bring me to my next point. But before I get there, some of your resources right now will just be knowledge. I don't think you understand the value of just having street smarts if that's all you feel like you have. You know, we all have something to give, exactly where we are, and we're surrounded by people who would be willing to help us, but we gotta be willing to help ourselves, which is very important. I've come across a lot of people who want to personally help me, you know, because they get this feel that I really want to help myself, and I have something to offer them as well. So always be in the mindset of what can you do for others, and you'll be surprised what others will do for you. Which brings me to my last point, is become a teacher to make the world a better place. Okay? I would like to think that this is what I'm doing right now. I'm just offering any bit of information that I have. I don't always get it right, and I'm not perfect, as you can see. I stutter, I get all over the place, and you know, I lose my train of thought. I don't always pronounce the words correctly, but I can lead you all to the well. I can lead a lot of people to the well, and even if it's just one person, then it's worth it. But be a teacher. It's not all about you. The future generations will inherit this earth, and long after you're gone, your principles will reign supreme. So you tell me what you want to be known for, if you really want to be a legend, if you really want to make a difference, if you really want to be rich. Solve the problems of the world, my friend. Show great humility. Have an abundance mindset. And enjoy your life, even if it's a fight, because it is. This is war, but learn to love the sweet war. Learn it. Play the game of chess. Thanks a lot, my friends.